Hello, hello, hello. Man, I think I've been talking to y'all. Can't even hear me the whole time. I had to set my mic on. No, but uh, geek man, I to repeat, I wasn't a big fan of like the one side angle. Um, I think them adding it in there, like if there is one, they have multiple camera angles. Um, but I actually enjoyed the one man that they had in for the beta. I think putting something like that in there for people who want more than just one shot, for sure. Or for somebody like yourself, man, who want just that one side angle. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. But they got a lot of camera angles in there. When we was there during the event, camera angle 2 was the one that we used the whole time. Because it just gave kind of like the best like overall display. Now whether that angle is whether they still have it in there, if they've made changes, what have you, I don't know. Um, but they do have like a like a third person view, uh, really like a kind of like a cinematic view. Uh, yeah, dude, like it was a they had some good ones, but they definitely had some that I would like never ever like ever use. So I don't know if y'all seen the post on Twitter. If y'all didn't see this announcement on Twitter, they have the roundtable for the Undisputed Baby. I want to sit here. I want to hear what they got to say. I haven't watched it yet, but I want to watch it with y'all. And on Twitter, it says the need for another beta test, yo. So they're gonna do another beta test. So I want to hear what they got to say, break some of it down, man, and then I'm gonna cut out of here. Y'all probably can't tell right now, but I'm like sick as hell, dude. I, I got my flu shot yesterday, and it is tearing me up. Oh my god, it is tearing me up right now, yo. But um, I said I was gonna kick y'all some content today. I'm actually glad that they dropped this because that way I can do this with y'all today. I'm gonna drop another I'm gonna drop another 1 round breakdown tomorrow. I hope y'all enjoyed the first one, man. Like I was happy to do that, yo. I was happy to do that. Um, I couldn't wait to do something like that, man. And I looked at the comment section, man. And it seems well received. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it, man. Also, we broke that 2K mark on the subs, man. So much love to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. You don't sound sick. Hope you feel better, brother. Man, that flu shot is tearing me up, dude. Like it is beating me up. It's almost like they gave me a shot of COVID. Like it is eating me up right now. Let's get to this video. Let me know if y'all can hear it. If I need to turn it up, I'll turn it up. Can y'all hear that at all? Probably not. I don't see no levels going. Oh no, that's why. Let me get the levels right then. Let me know if it's too loud as well.
What is going on, fight fans? We are here after beta weekend. And of course, me, Edward Vasquez, content manager. We have Ash Habib here, the creative director, and also the global
Yeah,
communications director, Will Kinsler.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's something about seeing Ash like in real life that just it makes you happy, yo, because he's like this guy in the background that's just making everything kind of like happen, yo. So when you get a chance to see him and you hear him talk, man, you get this sense that like exactly what he's saying is there's no spin, there's none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a news outlet you listening to. Like you hearing the guy
Because we're going
himself
to talk
talk,
all
yo.
about beta, all about
It's
beta
always it's
weekend.
always seems kind of dope,
So
man, to
I'm going
see
to throw it off to you guys.
Ash on there.
How did we feel about that beta weekend?
Well, I think we felt pretty good. I mean, I guess the first thing I can do is share some of the
Hey,
numbers.
appreciate you, Dangerous.
We had 17,000 people come through and play
Wow.
during the course of the week.
17.3 thousand unique players. Now, I just imagine, all right, just imagine if this was a situation where it was completely open. So if y'all remember, everybody was able to get in on the final day. Imagine if they had done this from day one. It was just completely wide open, yo. They just let everybody in. 1 million rounds played, yo. We was kind of getting it in, yo. 141 fights, over 1 million. Surely we'll get a world title shot. Yo, I don't know about y'all, but that mess was ringing in my head, man, for like a day after the beta. I just kept hearing it over and over. One awesome community, man. Y'all are dope. Y'all already know that.
Weekend. You guys played over a million rounds in 141,000 matches. So, for us to put the beta call out about a week before and have so many people show up and give feedback, I think was pretty exciting for us. I think, for me, I came to work on a boxing game to work with a live audience playing the game. So that was my first opportunity to do that, which was really exciting. I know, I most want to hear from Ash just because,
Me too. I most
obviously,
want to
Ash,
hear from
you've
Ash as
gone
well.
from, this is an
I
idea
need to
in
hear
your
more from
head
Ash.
to, talking with your brothers and how do we get a studio started that can make a boxing game, and here we are playing like at scale for the first time. Like that had to be, I don't know, were you more nervous, more excited? Like how did you feel going into it?
Dude, before he even answers, if 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 I'm ushering in boxing, basically, if I'm ushering boxing back in after what 11 years now, you know what I'm saying? Um, and then I'm pushing out my first live beta test show to the live community. Not the dude. I'd have been if I was him. I'd have been nervous during the content creator event, yo, having the content creators come in and play because I'd have been worried about what everybody was going to say, yo, to to push this out to the entire community that way. I'd have been nerve wracked, yo. I'd have been nerve wracking because the first thing I'd have been worried about is exactly what happened. Like the servers just like nobody able to like connect. Ash Habib is Mr. Steal Your Girl with the turtleneck. I
Yeah, I mean, look, it was pretty daunting at the beginning, right? I'm not gonna
yo.
shy away from saying that because as you said, from where we began to where we are right now, building the game for 2.5 years, going through this is how we think it's going to work. This is how we think players will enjoy the game. So then for it to you hit the button for it to go live, for then people to get their hands on what you've been working on for the last 2 3 years. It's been it was an interesting point. So yeah, it was exciting at the same time, but we were one or two nerves in there, right?
One or two
When it went
nerves,
live.
my ass.
But yeah, look, overall, we're pleased with how things have panned out. Obviously, there's issues for us to work on. But yeah,
Yeah, no
that was
doubt.
kind of it's been an eye opener of a weekend for sure.
So he said there's issues to work on. Now, there's no doubt about that, right? Personally, I thought the game played well. I didn't have as many connection issues like the ping situations and stuff like that. Like I heard from a lot of other people. Um, but dude, that the first day was it was pretty bad right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? People couldn't connect. I think it took me close to 40 minutes to actually get my first fight.
Yeah, and obviously when you do something like this, whenever you're working on any game and it's the first time that a bunch of people play it, you just don't know how it's going to go. You have a hunch, right? Like we show the game to creators, we show the game to boxers, and people tell us like, "Oh, we think you've got a good game. You've got something here." But until you put it in front of a bigger audience, you just don't know. So it was really encouraging to see so many people that were enthusiastic about it after playing.
I
And
definitely was.
also just, I think there's people that recognize like this is hard, right? Like we're a small studio.
The gameplay is
We're
solid.
trying to bring
Just the
boxing
connection.
back to the
Yeah,
video game
for
space
sure, Tay.
because we all want it, and we know that there's so many fans that want and deserve a great boxing game.
Absolutely.
And
It's been a
but
long
it's
time.
hard, and so like I think it was cool to see people afterwards recognizing like, hey, we're rooting for you. You know what I mean? That we support you, and of course, not everybody knows how small the studio we are, and not everybody knows, and of course, people don't have to worry about how hard it is to make a game. We just want them to play and enjoy it. But it's kind of
Yeah,
cool
no
when you
doubt.
see so many people that are like, yeah, you guys did the thing. You did all right. And
Real quick, can we take a look at the merch? Now I have one of the ESBC joints, but the Undisputed merch is out there now. Y'all need to go ahead and get me one of these, man. Fanatical. Hook me up, man, with one of the sweaters, man. Just go ahead and shoot me a large down real quick. You know what I mean? Connection was my main issue, besides the fact that you couldn't punch while slipping. It's a good game though. So I'll tell you, I couldn't necessarily punch while slipping. You're correct, but I did find a workaround for it.
I think that kind of stuff
I
feels
did kind of bridge
pretty
that
good.
gap.
And of course, the main thing is, our primary reason for doing this was to test online matchmaking, and we definitely tested it. We put out some updates during the weekend. I think the last few hours of it were a bit
It
smoother for
was fun,
people.
yo.
But the data that we got from that is super valuable for us because we want to launch when we launch this game into early access. We want it to
Can't
be
wait for early
as smooth
access.
a launch as it can possibly be. So
Me
and
neither.
I think we
Me
all
neither.
felt pretty good overall about how the weekend went.
Yeah.
Yo, good to see you, Coach. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. I was telling everybody when I first got started. Y'all can't tell, yo, but I'm like, I feel sick as hell right now. I got my flu shot yesterday. It's tearing me up. It's tearing me up right now. But I gotta bring y'all content. You know what I'm saying? I'm committed, yo. I can't help it. I'm committed. Uh, the original ESBC merch is gonna be worth something someday. Yo, that controller I
We
got.
definitely got
Yeah, for sure.
a lot of reactions, a lot of feedback from our audience. So that's the thing I want to move on to next. Talking about what was the biggest feedback that we saw coming out of this beta
Yeah.
from the community. And I'll kick it off to you guys.
Let's talk about the happy stuff first,
You always
because
wanna start
that's
happy.
always good. Yeah, I mean, I think we talk a lot about footwork, right, when it comes to the game, and of course our way we talk about the game is authentic boxing, and then there's like all these things that make up authentic boxing. And
Let's cut that real quick. So I'm gonna answer your question, Will, but I wanna mention what he just said. So remember when we all really got into this, everybody was talking about sim. That was the initial buzzword for then ESBC. It was sim. So what he just said, authentic boxing, right? If y'all remember, I made a video where I said I need to kind of dial back my expectation and think about what it is that they're actually doing. Are they making a sim, or are they making an authentic boxing game, something that's original but still pays homage to the sport? And I think that's what it is that they have done. I think they've made an authentic boxing experience. But again, where uh Zoid was like, you can't slip and punch. That was where I kind of like, because I couldn't do that. That was why I kind of changed my thought process from sim, because it was missing some stuff. It's knocking on the door though. I'll be real with you. It is knocking on the door of sim, and as y'all see these round by round breakdowns that I'm gonna be doing, y'all are gonna see how close to sim we're actually going to get. Y'all should have seen the taste of it in that control and range video that I did, where there be mini games between rounds to repair swelling and cuts. No, not that I know of. The only mini game that you have of in game right now is the get up mechanic. So if you've ever been knocked down, I don't know what that feels like. But if you if you I'm messing. I got knocked out a lot, yo, during the creator event. Um But if you've been knocked down and then had to do the get up mini game, that's really kind of the only one you're gonna have. It's very close to a sim game for sure. Yeah, no doubt.
And footwork is like one of those key things. And you never know, like when we say that, it's like it doesn't sound that exciting. You know what I mean? When you just talk about it and you say, and, but when you play the game and understand it, the way that you can position yourself, it was really cool
Hmm.
to see people recognize, like, I'm a boxing fan and I understand that, that I want to get these angles and get my head off the center line, and see
Absolutely.
people using some of that stuff.
I was out of cooking.
um, I was really encouraged to see that people recognize that, and we're just talking about, um, the fact that, hey, my boxing knowledge actually helps me be better at this game. I think that's a thing that we've strived for, and that it was exciting to see.
Bro said my man Fanatico is glowing. Man, he's up, man. Like he's on the come up,
Yeah,
dude. Like that's
I guess
shout
from
outs
my
to that man, yo.
perspective, in terms
He
of
made moves this
feedback,
year.
you
Everybody
know,
did, man. Everybody made moves this year.
echoing well, it was great to see people getting to grips with the the mechanics and the different aspects of the game that we've put together, right? I do think there's an element of our game where
Yeah.
I just feel like if you've played previous boxing games, and if you were good at previous boxing games, that's not going to automatically make you good at our game.
What Ash just said, he didn't want to call it out. But basically what he said is if you play Fight Night, don't try to come over here and play a Fight Night because it ain't going to automatically make you good at our game. Look, I got you, Ash. I know what you was trying to say. Yeah, I know you got to be, you know what I'm saying, like corporate.
Right? And one of the things that struck me was when I was playing against players online, um, I genuinely found that people would come just to the center of the ring and try the tried and tested mechanic of weaving, punching, weaving,
I think we get
punching
early access this
without
year, man. I'm not gonna
using
lie.
the other mechanics we've got in the game.
I
So
think we get this next
I
beta, and then
think
I
playing
think we get
against those
early
kind of
access, yo.
players and then coming up against throughout, let's say, going into Saturday and going into then Sunday evening, I definitely saw more and more players starting to utilize, the outside fighting, the movement, fighting off the back foot, mechanics which you haven't really seen used before in previous boxing games.
Reese, what's
So,
good?
I do
What's
think
going on,
there's
yo?
an element of unlearning what you think you know about boxing games,
How's
coming
life, brother?
into Undisputed with a fresh mind
Y'all go follow
and almost a
Concept
blank
Reese,
slate.
man. Real quick, y'all go follow Concept Reese, yo. That's my brother from across the pond, man. Y'all go follow that man.
And then picking up those mechanics, and that's something that we obviously as a studio have to work on in terms of having tutorials and giving players tips on how to best use the mechanics. But
Yeah, so Boogie, I actually got the alert from Twitter. They said that there's a need for another beta, which is why as soon as I seen that, that's why I said I'm going live and I'm gonna watch this with y'all. I all this that's going on is new to me too. I haven't heard any of this yet.
yeah, I mean, just kind of seeing people put what you had in your mind to use and putting that in play,
Coach about to get a
and
job.
then
He
seeing it
ain't
on
telling.
screen visually
Nah,
was
dog.
was
Nah.
a satisfying moment. But then there is an element of players who just don't know these mechanics exist, and just going
I got
into
a
a bit of a
job,
random
dog.
soccer mode.
Military. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, there's a
Full-time
balance which we
coach.
definitely got to find with that.
Dad,
Yeah, and of course the
husband.
game looks better when you use all the tools than when you go into Rock'em Sock'em mode. And I think it's like a natural thing for people, an instinct for people to do that, right? Like I can hit people, I'm gonna try it. And but I think that when you saw people that were using the tool set, like I had watched, Coach's Corner made a great video talking about how to manage distance, and he was up against somebody who was kind of an aggressive fighter that was trying to hit him, and he
Yo, okay. Get a little shout out right there. You know what I'm saying? A little shout out. Yo, if y'all ain't going if y'all ain't going and peep the video that he's talking about, y'all go check that out. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, whoa. Y'all go peep the video, all right? I might have to drop it in the comment section, you know? Oh, that's man. Much love. Graduate, $20, my man. Lunch on me, yo, with the my man come in with the 20, man. Dog, appreciate y'all, man. Yo, I really hope that y'all enjoyed that video because I really enjoyed making it, dude. To this day, it may be the single most enjoyed video that I've had making a video, dog. Like oh man, dog. That's man, that's dope.
He showed how you can, really control your opponent with distance by using the jab, slowing people down. And I think, yeah, it'll take time, but a beta weekend's not enough time for everybody to, to master all
I
the
was
techniques
cooking.
in the game. And to your point, we've got to do a bit more moving forward to make sure that people understand what they all are.
Oh man, that's what's
I guess
up,
we can
yo.
talk about some of the
That's
specific
what's up.
things that
Oh my
that people
God, I
talked
did
about.
day with another. Yo, man, yo, chill, 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 chill. Yo, that is, oh man. So let me, Tay, appreciate you, brother. Graduate, thank y'all. Yo, that like to everyone watching, yo, appreciate y'all because there's no way that stuff like this would happen, man, if it wasn't for y'all. Somebody said something in one of my comment section one time, man, and they was like, when I come up, everybody come up, and it's that, dude. I've heard it, and I keep it in the back of my mind, yo, every time that I make some content from this point forward, yo, because it ain't just about me, yo. It's about bringing everybody else along with me, and if y'all ride with me, yo, I'm trying to tell you, sky will be the limit, yo. Sky will be the limit, man. So I appreciate y'all, yo. I really do, straight up. 100%. I appreciate y'all.
About damage was a thing that we actually tuned over the course of the weekend, right?
God damn it, man.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, there were a
Al
few
Boogie,
mechanics
man.
during this beta weekend
Damn it.
that
Thank you,
we
yo.
had either disabled or turned down.
Appreciate
But
y'all, man. Y'all got a brother
one
in
of
the
the
feelings a
beauties
little
about
bit.
actually being in a small team making this
We
game
about to
is
get
that we can
started
be pretty
again.
agile about responding to the community.
Mark, what's
And
good, yo?
actually putting fixes in place whilst people were playing the game. So damage after the first evening, right? We felt was a little bit on the low side. But again, we put these things in place as well to test out how this thing plays out in the wild, right? So we decided to increase the amount of damage that players were doing, but then there's another kind of major element to this in that we disabled flash knockdowns and flash dazed states within the game. So I think it probably felt that everybody had a bit of a granite chin, right? That people were maybe taking too much damage before they were able to be rocked or
I said, Genuine, I have withdrawal symptoms for the beta. Yeah. So I told y'all before, man, I said, now y'all know. I kept saying it was good that y'all hadn't played it. And it was different for us being that we had played it. Because having to drive away from that game, yo, was, oh man, it was tough when we played it in March. And now y'all got it, and then it was just ripped from you, right? Beta cut off, no more testing, any of that stuff. Oh man, see, so now y'all know what the withdrawals feel like. Dog, it hit me for like a week. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cough. Try to keep coughing into the mic, but it like hit, yo. That withdrawals hit because you wanna keep grinding on it so, like you wanna keep like just grinding the game so much, man, and you want to just keep like learning. You want to learn so much, man, and it's like, oh my god, and then you can't get on it. Ocean, I saw you. What's the name, yo? I actually didn't count any of my matches, dude. I didn't count them all. I can tell you I didn't lose any. I didn't lose none. I didn't play quite as much as most people did, though. I heard there were people who had like 30, 40 something matches. Um, I heard there's people who only got like one match. I saw Marshall's video the other day. He said he only got like one match in over the whole weekend. I may have hit like double digit matches, but I didn't lose any. It was relatively unfair to a degree as well, yo, because I had a little bit of time with the game from back in March, and I had to kind of like bring a lot of that stuff back. But I, in a sense, knew what I was like kind of getting into. So for me, the learning curve wasn't quite as rough as somebody who just jumped in. But I'll tell you straight up, I ain't lose no matches, dog. I ain't lose a single one. As a matter of fact, I very rarely lost rounds, and I posted some of my scorecards like on Twitter. There was some straight up washes. I'm gonna post one in one of the videos that I'm gonna make for you, but I was cooking, dude, like straight up. Um, yeah, we about to get started again. Man, I can't wait. Um, we riding, baby, heads banging and everything. Absolutely, dog. This is just the beginning, yo. This is just the beginning. Not gonna lie, coach. I can see you coaching slash competing for an undisputed tournament, man. One day. That's if they don't have me on the commentary desk. um, day one was few connection problems, but by 2 hours in after update was solid. Day two, yeah, and even then on day one, I only got 2 games. I only got 2 games in, man, and I couldn't connect anymore. Um, uh, I used to only watch Showbiz, but he gets so live and loud. Coach is laid back with good content. Keep it up, brother. Yeah, man. Like I don't really have much of a loud bone in my body, dude. Like I'm just what you see is what you get with me. I got like 15 matches. That's a clean weekend then, especially for 3 days and 3 hours apiece. The damage and stamina was purposeful. They had to test service. Yeah, and Ash was just talking about it now, but also they had posted in the Discord, if y'all didn't see it, that like flash knockdowns and things like that were turned off. So some of the issues that people are having when they're talking about like we don't have enough stopping power, I even mentioned it. Um, and I'll show y'all that in another in a round breakdown that I got coming up soon. But um, with the if flash knockdowns had been on, you would have seen more people fight a little bit more cautiously because they would have been worried about getting cracked. You know what I'm saying? And then ended up hitting the ground. But I would like to see them turn it back on. If you get flashed, and like how often is that going to happen? What is really behind that to for you to be able to capture on the moments as well? Uh, nah, coach, you about to get a gig for sure. I'm too busy, man. Like I'm too busy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, the coaching, military, like it's I'm a busy
Or
man, yo.
drop to
I'm a
the
man of many
canvas.
hats.
So, we're pretty confident once we kind of put those back in. It'll feel more realistic in terms of what you're expecting to see.
That'd be good.
Um, so yeah.
And probably having Gaddy and Ward in there didn't help that either. Those are both guys
Yeah.
that could take a punch. I mean, I don't,
Yeah.
obviously, yeah. I mean, I think that's one of the things to think about is obviously we got a lot of great feedback. We got a lot of great feedback on just the 4 fighters, right?
Hey,
So
coach,
who's
you remember
played
the
the game,
trailer from ESB
and
in
you've
the
got
early
that full
stages?
early access roster. It's going to feel pretty different. Some of the matchups will feel pretty different.
That's good to know that the matchups will feel different. Leo, you talking about the one that had David Adelaide and oh man, the bodybuilder. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. Yeah, I'll be real too. When we went in March, um, I had a conversation then talking about Eddie Hall. Thank you. Um, where I actually liked the graphics from back then too. I won't say that they're completely going backwards. Um, but I did like the way that it looked in. I did. I think they before when they had all where the fighters looked like they was covered in oil, they almost looked like um they almost looked like plastic at one point. Now then I'd have definitely would have agreed with your line that they was kind of like moving backwards a little bit. But they toned that down and they've kind of taken steps forward again. And I actually like the way the game looks, man. So, they did mention too before that depending on the lighting in certain arenas and stuff like that, it kind of affects things. So I wonder what that'll look like consistently across the board. Because what you also don't want is for people to just choose one arena because it just looks the best. You know, I don't want to have to be like picky choosy with this, yo. I want to be able to just go in, random select on a arena, man, and be good regardless. you know. But I feel what you're saying, Leo. No doubt. I feel what you're saying. Concept is a man already subscribed. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Concept Re Show. That's my guy, man. I didn't hear them mention uppercuts. I haven't yet neither.
Um, and it does change the way you played, and not, I knowing that I wasn't gonna get flash knocked down.
See what I
I
mean?
was a little more bold. I was a little more bold at certain times. I
Yeah,
tend to be
same.
like a pretty
Same.
cautious player, and I was boxing a little bit, but then I was like in the later rounds. Sometimes I'd be like, well, they're not gonna flash knock me down, so I would trade with them a little bit. It'll be okay if I take some damage. I'm still gonna win. So
See what I mean? So if they turn
yeah,
that
and
back on,
I
I
think
think
the
people gonna be
thing
cautious, yo.
too to think about with all of this stuff, right? Because we read through all the feedback, and people are like, oh, that this has got to be addressed and that's got to be addressed, and I think for us the arc of how we tune the game and make these changes is not a thing that we do over a weekend and then we're done, right? Like
Yeah, it takes
even
time.
as we go into early access, tuning the game and understanding the right balance is a thing that's going to happen over time, and that will change too when people know more about how to play it. It's the way that people are playing the game over the course of 3 days is going to be pretty different. 6
Leo. Well, man, just come to jab you in the mouth like that, yo. Why he disrespected your graphics card?
weeks into an early access or 2 months, however long it is, what period of time that you're looking at, and tuning it, those things are going to take time. So when we get into early access, if it still doesn't feel 100% as a player of where you would want it to be, don't feel bad, don't feel surprised, right? Like that's kind of how this process works. Our game is an unfinished game. When we get into early access, it'll be an unfinished game still. And it's a thing where we're going to take the time and make sure we make good decisions about that stuff. Um,
So basically, what Will is saying right there, for anybody who didn't catch what he's saying, is that when the game goes into early access, you have to go in with the expectation that this game is not complete and that the game is going to still have problems. So just because it changes from alpha to beta to early access, it does not mean that everything is completely fleshed out. You're still going to run into some problems. There's probably still going to be some bugs, maybe some connection issues, what have you. But I think right there, he's trying to. I don't think that can be understated. Expectations are dangerous, right? Like you have to be careful about what it is you expect versus what it is that you're really going to get. You know what I'm saying? I think Will is trying to temper everybody's expectations a little by basically saying, look, the game is still not going to be complete once it goes into early access. It may be in a better state than what it was during the beta, but it's still not going to be a complete and full-on game.
I think the other thing,
all a part of the
I
development
think
cycle.
we're gonna start
Absolutely.
talking about is like, what did you think about punch feedback?
People
Right, like
dismissed this. They
punches is
did. There was a
one
lot of
those
people who
things
just
where it's
was.
like
A lot of
seems
people
like
jumped off
sometimes it's kind of a
the
mixed
track.
bag. People think certain punches look better.
Just was like,
other
I'm done
ones
with the
they
game.
don't like as much. Like, what's your perspective on that?
So I think with regards to punches, obviously it's a very subjective
Yeah,
field,
Zoe, it's another
but at the
beta
same
coming.
time, we acknowledge and we recognize, right, that there are a number of animation fixes that are still to take place. But I guess I do want to talk about the fact that not every punch on every boxer will be absolutely perfect, right? We want all of our boxers to feel different. Not everybody's gonna have the perfect right straight, right? So take Mickey Ward's right straight will be significantly different to Roy Jones Jr.'s, right? So there are elements where
So important to note, I had an issue. I posted it on Twitter. I was hoping they would speed up the straight right, especially the heavy modified straight right, because it has such a it seems so choreographed and it was so easy to react to. But that's good to know what Ash is saying, because it could have just been Mickey Ward's, or it could have been Arturo Gaddy's that looked a little funny or what have you. So everybody's punches are not going to look the same, which they shouldn't, especially if everybody is their own fighter. So I think it will be interesting to see, Like he mentioned Roy Jones. I wonder what Roy Jones straight right looked like. I want to know what Roy Jones looked like in this game. Period, dude. Like he better be phenomenal, yo. He better be absolutely phenomenal. Because I think he's gonna be a top picked fighter, yo. Just for the sake of it being Roy Jones.
We know certain punches, we're going to make improvements on the motion capture we've got, but at the same time, it's that balancing act, right? We could have gone with having just 23, 24 punches in the game and making them all absolutely perfect. But I wanted us to go way beyond that, right? I wanted us to have the full armory of punches,
Mm.
of having like almost 70 punches, right, for each fighter. Now, that makes things way more difficult for us, right? In terms of making sure all, 68, 69 punches look absolutely perfect. That is something that we're confident that will happen over time in terms of
Wow.
making those improvements.
That's a tough
But
task.
overall, I think
It's a tall order.
we're pretty happy in where we are right now with how the punches feel and look. But yeah, that doesn't take away the fact that we do have to make improvements on certain punches.
Oh, no doubt.
And the impactfulness of punches as well. It's just that balancing act, right? We don't want this.
So it's good that they actually realize it. That was the lead left hook. If it didn't connect and it actually got blocked on the side of the head, dude, it would look really, really wonky, man, to where like the arm would almost like it was twisting. You know what I'm saying? Like it would look real funny. So and I'll be real with you, man, like playing the game, I wasn't super focused on what the animations look like because I was too into the tactical aspect of the game itself. So I wasn't real focused on the animation. So you probably won't hear me talk about that a lot unless it was a really jarring animation like the one I just described. Those are the ones that popped out to me. Will this beta be open or invite a game? I'm not sure, yo. I'm not sure if it's going to be open or not. His loose footwork should be insane too. Yeah, he should. He was a athletic freak of nature, dude. Roy Jones was just too smooth with it. I wish they took your advice on speeding up the power modifier punches. After what Ash just said, I can take a step back and wait for more fighters to come in to kind of see what it looks like, just to see if it's fighter specific. Loose movement should be a tool. It should just be a part of moving your joystick, and they need to allow you to throw lunging punches. So I disagree with that, to be honest with you. I don't think it should be just a part of moving your joystick. And it's because every fighter does not move around the ring that way. So being able to toggle it on and toggle it off, I think that some fighters should not even be capable of having loose footwork because everybody didn't move that way. So I think having the ability to toggle it on and toggle it off was the right move. You know what I'm saying? And then your analog stick just managing loose footwork, with how sensitive or you know what I'm saying, how much you move your analog stick to basically change the way that you move, the angles that you move in, the speed at which you move while you're in loose footwork. Like you get a lot of control out of it, yo. You get a lot of control out of it. A whole lot that I don't think a lot of people knew. But I think it being just a standalone thing on your analog stick, I don't think so. Because I personally don't even think every fighter should be able to utilize loose footwork. And I'll pull a reference from my man Poe. He was like, could you imagine if they had somebody like, say they had Mike Tyson in here. Could you imagine Mike Tyson moving around in loose footwork? the way that we was doing it during the beta, it would look absolutely ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Will we get more fighters for next beta? Yeah, it would be nice. I like the loose footwork mechanic. Yeah, me too.
Turn into, an arcade style.
If that makes sense, Leo. If that makes sense.
Right bombs and huge like reactions where someone's about to fall over on the first punch that they receive. But at the same time, it is a game that has to be enjoyable and fun to play. So for us, it's a constant review of did that punch feel impactful enough, and did that reaction come off like he's just been hit?
That's a good question. I want to hear what y'all got to say. For those of y'all that played it, did the punches feel impactful enough in the game to y'all? Did it feel impactful enough?
or she's just been hit really hard. And I don't know if we've spoken about this, but the game does have like the impact zones, right? Where you could throw a big right hand, right? But if it didn't connect properly, if it didn't hit a critical zone, then the other player's not gonna react like they've been hit.
Y'all catch that? So if you didn't know, and this was something that I'd explained when I came back from March, and when I came back in March when we played the game, one of the things that I thought was really, really intriguing was the fact that each fighter has impact zones. So hitting them in the temple, catching them in the nose or the eye or something like that. So depending on the angle at which you're placed, when you catch them, you could end up catching them in a specific impact zone, which would actually cause the fighter to react differently. Maybe they'll stumble, maybe their head will get knocked backwards, things like that. The angle of where your fighter is standing and the angle at which the punch comes can impact your opponent in certain ways, yo. That to me is crazy dope, yo, because that means you literally can hit them on the temple, or maybe there's a behind the, you know what I'm saying? You can rattle them because you caught them from behind the ear, something like that. So that is that. I don't. Somebody tell me, man, but I don't know of a game that has something like that out there. Not in a level of detail that they're talking about. Yo, coach, be smooth, my brother. Got to take off. When you uploading another breakdown? Should be tomorrow, yo. Should be tomorrow. Appreciate you for swinging through, my man. Appreciate the donation too, man. My God, appreciate y'all. They did at times. You could stop people in their tracks. Sometimes, yeah, you could, but not often. Yeah.
In a big way. So there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of nuances to what's happening in the game, and I think once players and gamers kind of understand that, probably have a better review.
I think you get a feel too playing the game over time about where you're positioned and what punches you
There are
can
a lot of black
throw
fighters in
and
the game.
where they're likely to land. Because I did see some discussions happening too about like stopping power, right? Where people would
Everybody's had
say,
a
"Oh, I
conversation about
can't,
stopping
I
power,
can't stop somebody," and
myself
I
included.
was, I don't know if I would say I was surprised to hear that, but I was stopping people a lot, right? So it's like when you can place the punches well, you can even really stop people with the jab, right? Because what
Mm-hmm.
happens is you get those counters that stop people, and
Constant
so
flashing,
when
yo.
you're
If
doing it
y'all
really
watch, if y'all
well,
watch
you
that
see it
video,
fairly often, right? Like
the one that they
if
mentioned,
somebody
I
is
gotta
just
point that out
carelessly
there. That was that
punching
was,
them,
that was
I've
pretty dope.
counter them again, counter them again, and they
A
and people
lot of
really do
flashing
shy
going on,
away.
yo. A lot of
But I
counters.
think it's a sort of thing where understanding the distance, understanding what shot can be thrown from where. I mean, it's a thing you talk a lot about, Edward, when we're playing, where
Yeah.
especially with like power punches, right, where you know that from certain angles, a specific punch is more likely to land at one angle or one range than another.
Yeah.
Woo, somebody
Definitely.
dying back
It's
there.
all positioning is like
I thought I was
everything
sick.
in
Who
this
back
game,
there?
and that's one of the
Somebody.
things that is jarring for some people, because understanding that element when really it hasn't existed before, where things were more almost like on a 2D plane using like 3D players. I
Mm,
think when people start to realize where they need to be, they'll start having more success, and with more success comes more fun for a lot of
no
people,
doubt.
in my opinion. But
I
there
agree.
was also a critique that they were talking about auto correcting punches. Do you guys want to talk about that, the auto correction where you get close instead of throwing jabs and straight?
So I'll mention it before they do. This was something that we actually talked about back in March as well. Is that when you get close, at times the punch you threw would actually the animation would change. So you would throw like a straight up close, and then it would kind of like turn into a hook, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested to see what he has to say, what has changed since March on that. I fought like almost primarily at range, so I didn't have a whole lot of issues with it during the beta. If y'all did, I would definitely mention it. Um, but that's probably what he's about to go into. I want stamina punishment if you're overthrowing and missing too much. Yes, I think for missing shots, especially heavy shots like hooks and stuff like that, if you miss it, there should be a bigger hit to your stamina for missing punches. Um, it's not necessarily the punches that you land, but the ones that you miss that actually take the most out of you. That's a quotable. Y'all take that. Y'all take that back. We teach that literally in the gym, yo. That is why when you have some of your top, top, top elite fighters, your Floyd Mayweathers, things like that, your Dimitri Bivols, they don't throw punches that they aren't really sure aren't going to land. You know what I'm saying? They don't waste anything because it's wasteful spending. You know what I mean?
It turns into hooks.
I'll let Ash take that one. That's a tough one. It's a tough topic, Ash, because I know
Yeah, I mean,
we've talked about this one a lot, right? As a
yeah, I mean,
team.
and it is a tough one. It's not a straightforward scenario. But I guess before we dive into that, I just want to quickly move on to the cover off.
Leo, I disagree. I mean, I represent my people too, but dog, there are some Mexican fighters out there. There, like I just mentioned, Dimitri Bivol, he's actually literally one of my favorite fighters today, and I actually use a lot of his stuff when I'm doing breakdowns with um, people that I train and eat like kids. He's great. Dimitri Bivol is a great point of reference when you're training someone who is new to the sport, especially a kid, and it's because he's the big fundamental to me, yo. His ability to maintain balance, um, and control range, and to pick his shots the way that he does is almost unmatched. And here's something for you too, Leo. Um, Shakur Stevens is up there at the top when it comes to um, statistics of hitting and not being hit. But guess who is also up there? They're literally one A and one B. Dimitri Bivol, yo. He's literally that good. So don't slight him, yo. Don't slight him. Don't slight any fighter based off of their ratio. There's a lot of guys out there. A lot of guys out there, yo. So really, 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 really good ones. Um, yeah, it takes a lot out of you when you miss. Yeah, absolutely. I've been keeping a close eye on Bivol, very close eyes. He's underrated, super man. Like a lot of people didn't believe him before the Canelo fight. He's also very patient. Yeah, sure is.
Last bit about feedback around punches. A surprising thing for me was that I read in a few places was that people didn't feel like the jab was a worthwhile punch.
Yeah.
Now, that
Like
that
Leo,
did
I
come.
won't say we're the most entertaining. It, there's a lot. There's a lot of African American fighters, yo. Like a lot. Just in general, overall in the sport. No, in a way, is number two on the pound for pound list. I'm talking just specifically in statistics for being hit and not being hit. But Neuer Inoue is my guy, yo, dude. Oh
Also
man,
surprising
dude,
to me
he
because
is
again,
amazing.
maybe it's
That dude is
because
phenomenal.
people just don't maybe understand or realize the number of ways you can throw a jab in our game, where they might only be using the jab where you're stationary and you're throwing out your jab like in previous boxing games. But in ours, in Undisputed, you can throw I think six different types of jab, right? You can jab off the front foot, you can jab off the back foot,
Mm-hmm.
you can pivot left jab, pivot right jab, and you can throw out a power jab, right? So having all of those jabs as well as the stationary jab at your disposal, utilizing all of those makes a huge difference in the game, and you can pretty much defeat an opponent just from your jab. I mean, I tried it and
Hey,
did it a few
Rogue, they're
times
talking about that
in
now.
the Beaton
Yeah.
weekend, right? Where
Yeah.
people were coming forward trying to throw hooks and all kinds of punches, and I literally just outpointed them over 8 rounds just with the jab alone. So,
Yeah.
so again, the onus is on us to explain to players that this is how you can play the game. And again, it's that element of unlearning what you think you know about boxing games and
Yeah.
coming into
It's
this.
it's a great point, and I was trying to do the exact same thing that you said, where there was like one or two rounds even where I threw almost no other punches other than a jab just to see what I could do. And I think the thing about having all those different jabs is it gives you choice, but it also allows you to set up traps and fool people into thinking you're going to do something different, right? So when you combine it with your ability to move around, either in loose movement or just kind of like controlling your range with the left analog stick. What happens is, I might do something like come into the center of the ring and make people expect that I'm going to throw that retreating jab, and I get on the edge of range and I'm throwing it and throwing it. And then when they don't expect it, I actually come forward and throw the jab and then throw a hook
I was
off of
literally
it and
telling
then get
people
out, right?
you can
Where,
control an entire fight with loose footwork and a jab.
sort
You
of
can,
training
yo.
your opponent to expect
Oh, you
one
really
thing and do
can.
another. And then when you put all those together, it can be very difficult to decipher when the jab is going to come, what kind of jab somebody's going to throw, what range for they want to throw it from. And so yeah, I think there's a lot of depth there that's maybe not immediately obvious that
Lots of
it's going to
depth,
be work
yo.
for us to
There's
make
lots of
sure
depth
people understand
that's
how
not immediately
that mechanic
obvious, yo.
works.
Lots of depth.
Yeah.
Okay, so onto the hooks or the jabs in space turning into
So
hooks,
here you go,
right?
Rogue, right
so,
here.
So here's the thing, because we've removed the invisible barrier that you get in some of the other combat games. That for us gave us an issue in terms of you could be nose to nose with another fighter, right? Now, we motion captured, you know, professional fighters, professional boxers, throwing a jab at that range. And they were questioning us, like saying, well, how do you expect me to throw a jab when, he's going to be, or she's going to be 3 or 4 inches in front of me, right? So we tried a few different solutions, and, it just looked weird throwing a jab when somebody's 3 or 4 inches in front of you, or trying to throw straight when someone's a few inches away from you. And I remember one jab that we had when we were doing that, it looked like you were literally trying to stroke their face because you were that close to them.
Yeah.
And it just looked weird. So
Yeah,
we
I think
decided to go.
that's an important point too, right? Like that we know what it looks like in the game, right? When if we make the change, it's not going to be a mystery to us what it looks like with the punches that we have in the game right now. So it's like it's a tough decision, right? Because it's like, do you allow a player to do something that looks just really strange from that range, or do you sort of make this tweak that we've done, and it's just
Oh, Shep, what's good, yo?
I don't know.
What's good?
We can always play with what that range is, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things we're looking at right now, based on obviously the feedback we're getting from players, is that it's clear that the solution we have in place right now isn't perfect. We are going to think about even maybe changing that punch to perhaps something else, where it's not just an automatic hook that it turns into. But we are going to have a look at a few other solutions in terms of whether it's tweaking the range when that's activated, because I think it can be frustrating where you've wanted to throw a jab or a straight, and the range was there when you wanted to throw it, and maybe the person's moved in that split second and it's turned into a hook. So that is something that we will be looking at for sure.
Okay. Now that we've talked about
sounds like that might be a little bit of an issue going forward.
Did you want to say?
Or not an issue, but something that's going to be talked about.
I want to talk about because
okay.
it actually got us like one of the first memes out of.
I hope they get it right.
Yes. Everyone's due for a title shot there, buddy.
Which is yeah. So
golly.
I just want to make sure everyone knows we're aware. We know
title shot over and over again.
We should probably apologize to Todd Grisham, because I'm sure he's probably going to hear this now for like from now until forever. That he often says that the winner of this fight is sure to get a title shot. Yes, we know that he says that a lot. Yes, we will fix it. But it is kind of funny to get that sort of meme. And I've been on Twitter, and it's like we'll put out tweets.
He said, what's going on with heavy-handed fighters? Fighters that can take your head off with one punch. Think about Trinidad, how he looked in the ring. Any punch could end it, and they sounded different. I'm not sure what you're asking, actually. I'm a little bit confused. Are you asking whether they're taking something away from him, or I don't know. I like to see the next beta to maybe try the jab hook range and try replacing with a range pusher joust. Yeah, there was a lot taken out during the beta, man. There's a lot of things that weren't there.
The winner is
that I would hope that they would put everything back in.
Know how awesome and hilarious that is, and that we think it's great. So keep the memes rolling in.
And we're
His
also
punches
working on that.
sounded different.
Yes.
Oh, just in
let's
general.
let's go
Just in
ahead
general.
into I think this
Ah,
is an important part because I think this is what people want
I
to
think you
know.
know what and it could have been me when I have a clip. I have a clip with Terry Harper where when she landed, um, her in game, her punches seemed to sound a little bit different. Like when she would land, specifically when she would land on the gloves. I'll have to show y'all in a video. I like I hit the person twice, literally just to keep their gloves up, and then I ended up backing up, letting them walk into a shot, and then I hit him in the body. But the two punches on the gloves, thump thump, yo, they were loud, yo. They sounded completely different from any other one. Did blocking and 6 axis work for you, coach? Yeah, it works for me. I will say that most people I fought, they only blocked up and down though. Like they did not use like 6 axis blocking. Game looks great. Are you still working on the waist movement as well as the reactions to the body shots?
Oh, the
We'll
beta has
see, man.
ended. The
I
beta's
think
over.
what you get for the
And
most
it
part
was a
is
good
what's going to be
experience for a
there
lot of
for
people. It was
early
a learning
access.
experience for us as well. But I think the community truly wants to know what's next now after this beta. What's there to look forward to
We need Sweet
afterwards?
Caroline.
So obviously the beta weekend,
They need to be louder. So Leo, part of that with the sound too was the crowd sound. So the crowd sound, I believe they said that it was kind of like bugged, that it was going to be loud, like regardless. Um, so once you get like a better version of the game, man, whether it be this next beta or whether it be early access, I think you'll be able to tune your sound a little bit, so you'll be able to hear more of the action and less of the crowd, because the crowd was mad loud, yo. I was straight up with that when the crowd was loud. Um, I'm a sound engineer and could defo do SCI justice on sound effect front. You hit them up, man.
one of the things
You know
was
they're a
that
small company. They
we wanted
leave
to
people.
use this to, get the players' feedback, but also put our whole online capabilities to test, right? We've got a lot of data.
Rand, thanks, coach. Don't take that to the bank because these guys could literally change anything. You know what I'm saying? Like we could end up getting it, and dude, the movement is just slightly tweaked to where we do things better. Dark side, I need hands back on the game ASAP. Yeah, man. Oh man, it hurts when they took it away, yo.
Of what happened over the weekend, and obviously it's clear that quite a few people had connection issues, connections dropping out midway through the fight, unable to match
It's
make,
early access because that's the term they're using. Don't live in a world where you can just be making stuff up. What the game needs is fear of getting caught against heavy-handed fighters, knowing the fight could be over at any second. I agree. So the thing is too, during the beta, they literally took out the fact that you could be flash knocked out. We talked about that earlier. If they add that back into the beta, mark my words, Retro, yo, more people will be fighting with a lot more caution, knowing that if they get caught right with any right punch and you could be flash knocked down or knocked out, people will ease up a little bit.
Screen for a long time, and even some frame rate issues, right? So all of these things are there for us to fix and resolve. So as the team are working hard right now in terms of putting those fixes in place, and based on that, we will be running another beta.
And there you go. They will be running another beta.
To test out the game again. The plan is obviously we put
We
these
need
fixes
it.
in play.
We need it.
And run another beta test.
We need it. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it from the man himself. There will be another beta coming. Oh my God, I cannot wait. I hope they do not wait too long, yo. I need more content for y'all. I need more content. Y'all heard it right from Ash himself. They need more data. They will be running another beta. I want to know. They got 1 minute, 1 minute and some change. I don't think they're probably going to explain like the details of the beta though. It's probably something that's going to end up coming soon. Just so you know too, YMB Deuce. I see your knowledge going back in the bank there, buddy. I see you going back in the history banks with them names. I see you. I see you. Eyes open, brother. Let's go. Um, thank you. Yes. Need it. Yeah, Dart, we need it, dog. We need it. Shep said fades are us. You already know, B. You already know. I should have, man, listen. Off of this beta, I should have started a cooking channel, dog. That's what I should have done. Chef Coach B, because I was in there making some serious delicacies in there in the ring, dog. All right. I was cooking 5-star meals up in that joint. I was cooking, yo. Nothing burnt. Y'all know what it is, man. I was in there giving them that work. Y'all, yeah, boy, Chef Coach was in the building all weekend, yo. It was great. It was great. It was great. It was great. Yo, my very first fight, I'll be real with y'all. All right. And I know some of y'all, if y'all follow me on Twitter, y'all seen that clip when it was bugged and it was dudes fighting females, man. It was me versus Sophie Elise. I made a souffle out that girl. All right. And I felt bad for it. I felt bad. I had to do them like that. They first opportunity on the game, they ran into the wrong person. They ran into the Iron Chef Coach that first game. It was bad, yo. My God. I will be bringing y'all clips from that one. Because that was disrespectful. All right. I got up after the game, man, and was just like, damn, I had to put my own head down, man. I almost put myself on punishment for that shit. That was disgusting.
But we're not yet ready to say exactly when that will be. So it takes a little time to put the fixes in, do some of our own testing, make sure that we
loose movement, Prince Nassim is made for this game. Yeah, for sure, yo.
I
hope he gets in, man. I really do.
No, it's not. We're not talking about it's like crazy far in the future, but I want to acknowledge that we're not actually sharing a date in this, in this roundtable of what the beta will be, and the message is, yep, there's going to be another one. You're going to get to play again, and we'll have more details about that forthcoming. So hang in there, and
will they be improving punch animations? They talked about it. They talked about it just a little bit. That they said that they're going to make some improvements to certain things. He did mention the fact that unlike most other games, they have so many fight animations. You're talking 6 different animations just to the jab alone. So you're talking somewhere between 69 and 70 like punch animations that are in the game, especially if you include anybody who may have done like their own specific like mocap, if they may have added anything or anything like that. With that being said, that's a tall task, yo. I don't think it'll be fixed by early access. I do believe that it's something that's going to have to be fixed during the life cycle of the game itself. But I mean, that's going to be up for you all really to kind of judge on how the animations look as they move forward. They did it. Ash did mention though that he knows and that the team knows that they have animations that need to be worked on. I agree. I said, and I'll show y'all, man. But I that lead left with Terry Harper, if it landed on the side, if it was blocked, man, the arm would turn, it would contort in certain ways, man. So, there's definitely some work there, and they know it. The good thing is they didn't deny that it needed to be worked on. Now the fact that they've already acknowledged it, you just have to see them actually put in the work and actually fix it. You know what I'm saying? It's like AA, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to admit that I'm an alcoholic first. So it's good to see that they've actually like admitted that there are some animations that need to be worked on. They said I'm a very professional. They say in a very professional way, we're working on a game. But if you sucked, you just suck. Dude, Ash be doing that, man. Ash said that mess during the well, not like that, but during the event, I was talking about, you know what I'm saying, leaning and punching and certain things like that. And he straight up was like, maybe you just, maybe you just need a little bit more time with the game. I kind of was like, what? I'm a gamer. He came with the polite disrespect, Joe. Like maybe you just need a little bit more time. um, did you agree with what he said about the jab? I did notice a lot of people didn't take advantage of directional punches besides the check hook. Yes, I agree. And we talked about it, Dark, that depending on where you are in the ring positionally, um, punches are going to land different. They're going to land on different punch zones. You know what I'm saying? Like that, dude, there's so, I keep saying it. I keep saying it. Nuance, right? Like nuance. There's so much nuance to this game that if you just accept what you see on the base level, you're going to miss everything else because it's going to require a person who's willing to dig deeper. You know what I'm saying? If you want to just hop on and just immediately be like Muhammad Ali, you know what I mean? Like, good luck. Hell, Muhammad Ali had to train. Your ass better be ready to train too because this game requires it. Like, you're not just going to jump in and be automatically good, yo. Like, and that's no one. No one's going to be that way. And you can't be discouraged by the lack of success that you're having in the game as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're literally probably going to get on this game and go through hours of losing, yo. And it's probably going to suck. But you're going to learn a lot, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? Who said early access is coming out next month? I believe it. I believe it, Chris. I think we could get it in December, man. I really do. Game is very deep. They have a lot of ideas. They do, man. They do. And they brought a lot of those things like to light. And I've said it too. Is it a sim game? Not necessarily, but I do believe that it's knocking on the door of sim. You know what I mean? SCI will always update as it's a community software house at grassroots. Yeah, it's going to be a live service game anyway. So as we like really get this game, man, like it's going to be continuously updating. So and that's what's important. What's important is that we're already seeing an established, like pathway of communication, man, between the devs and the community, which is important because once communication breaks down between the developers and your actual community, everything starts to fall apart, man. Like it gets really, really bad. The fact that they're so accessible, especially in a Discord, you could literally go in there and really tell them just about anything, And I'll be real with you. There's a lot of stuff that changed from March to now. And there's a lot of advice that we gave them then that has been implemented into the game now. So I say all that to say, don't stop with your criticisms of the game. Don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't mute yourselves. Don't just wait and just deal with what comes. Like Leo has his own stuff. He's been looking for leaping punches. He said the taunts don't look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, voice that type of stuff. Like you never know what you're potentially going to end up getting changed in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like the worst thing you could do is just sit out of the buy, not say anything, and then be mad with what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, so voice your opinions. They've literally asked for it. I understand Martial Mind. I understand what Martial Mind is saying about stopping power, but I absolutely hate animation stoppers. I don't want my player to completely cancel everything because his hit. I don't neither. I saw that conversation between him and Jay Shep yesterday. Yeah, I don't neither. And I saw the clip that Jay Shep posted of Canelo punching, getting countered by Floyd, and the punch continued moving. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be strange for your hand to just come back like mid punch, But I also understand what Martial Mind is saying is that he wants that ability to somewhat be added. Like, if you haven't extended your punch all the way, like, you probably might pull that back once you got snuffed. So I can kind of understand both sides of the argument. Coach, I don't know if you would know this, but over time, for real fighters, will traits be updated? Each real fighter get whatever trait they started with? I think as the game goes, so we don't have a real deep like insight on traits yet. We got some explanation in March about the trait system and how it's going to work in the game, which I think is phenomenal, dude. I think it is going to be one of the shining stars, yo, of this game as a whole. It's going to be that trait system. Um, because that is going to determine the way that you utilize your fighter in the ring. Huge to me. Huge to me, yo. Because that means your game plan literally could change between fighters. You wouldn't use, say if Larry Holmes, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't use a Larry Holmes the same way that you would use a Sugar Ray Robinson. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's amazing, yo, to have that in there. During the beta, obviously traits were active. We had 2 guys in there who had stone chins. So for anybody who was saying, man, we're not seeing knockouts, even after they changed the puncher power and things like that from during like day 2 to day 3, the traits were active. You know what I'm saying? We all know what it's like. We all know watching Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti go at it with each other. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they're probably carrying that granite chin trait. You know what I mean? So maybe we'll get fighters in the next beta, man, who don't have that trait, and maybe we'll see more knockouts / knockdowns. Maybe they'll turn the flash knockdowns back on. I think that'll be a good that in itself will be a good tweak, because that's going to be rewarding to see that if you land your punch correctly on one of these particular punch zones, those not only just in the head but in the body as well, that you could potentially get a flash knockdown from somebody, yo. And I know my man said not too much fear, a little bit but not too much. But I think there has to be a semblance of fear in there somewhere. And I think turning that flash knockdown system back on is going to get it through people's heads. I had some people who quit because they was getting torched, you know what I'm saying? But once them flash knockdowns start happening, I want to know. I want y'all to tell me how many disconnects you get because you kept knocking somebody down. Because that's going to be interesting. Leo says, go play Fight Night Champion. No thanks. I'll be coming at Leo, man. You know it's all good, B. Also, with that movement change, I think they should make some of the fighters be able to move more fluid with their torso movement and their head. Yeah, I hope everybody's loose movement doesn't look the same.
We'll get that info out to you as soon as we can.
All right, and I think we'll wrap it up there. I think this was a really good talk, and I think we've touched on a lot of the things that a lot of people were conscious of when playing and were thinking about even after the beta. So I do want to let you guys know that you can still go ahead and wishlist us down on Steam.
Oh,
have
Dark,
the
where you
link
at it?
down in
Yo,
the description
people,
box
they
below.
they
Of
came,
course,
brother.
as always, thank you so much for participating in the beta. Thank you so much for being this community that we love so much. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Yo, another beta, dog. That's gonna. Oh my god, yo, I can't wait, man. Hungry for that one. Hungry for another beta. Let me catch up on some of these. Let me catch up on some of these real quick. Oh, so Leo said you said it's not going to come out on console until 2025. I wish I knew when console what's names are going to drop. I don't think it'll be that long though. I don't think it'll take that long. Hey, Fanatical was good, bro. Hey, man, look, appreciate y'all for the shout out there in the video. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I thought I did good with the video. Good to know that, you know what I'm saying, the dev team is watching. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all, man. They helped build this community by listening to the pre-built boxing community that was there. Thanks to all you great content creators for helping build this community for the props to Coach. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Like when we went, and you can ask Fanatical, man. We literally picked that game apart. We had so much information for them pretty much every time we talked to them about stuff. And it was literally all day picking it apart, asking questions, brainstorming. It was literally a giant brainstorming event. You know what I mean? So for people to be like, oh, these guys were bought off. Oh, they were this. they were that like no way. You could see the massive change between March to now. What you guys got on your hands, I man, hear me out when I tell you this. What you guys got to play for the first time was a huge step up from what we got to play for the first time. You know what I'm saying? It was that big of a change, man. But it was so good. The game is so responsive. I could only imagine the things that y'all would have said if y'all would have played what we played in March. And that's not to say the game was bad because we had an amazing time with it even then. Um, my argument was that there is stopping power in the game. You're just not landing where it counts. He started going off on my post because he's claiming the clip I posted wasn't stopping power at all. Yeah, I was you know me, man. I was sitting back. I had a popcorn too. I was watching it unfold. I was listening. But I hear him, you know what I'm saying? I hear him to some degree. Play against me. Better have a stone body trait. y'all hear it. Y'all hear what Dark said. Better learn to guard your body, yo. Um, yeah, I can't wait, man. I cannot wait to play this joint again. Fanatical, go ahead and slip, yo. Slip it up, man. Let us know when this joint is coming back. Um, just thinking about the jab change, range thing. Maybe if you're too close, it should auto lean back with a short jab, straight animation. So you can still get away with that. You could actually mimic. See, I need to drop this video because I literally know how to take my punches and place myself inches outside of your punching range. Um, and it's when you get it down, man. Like if you know you got somebody who's throwing hooks, you'll literally know how to place yourself in a position where the hook is going to miss. And I'm talking just grazes past your nose, yo. You were awesome, fanatical, man. Appreciate you, yo. Maybe we'll get a scrap next time, man. Tell them to get us a private room, yo. Tell us to get a private. I record it all. You know what I'm saying? No edit, no nothing. All right. Hey, but no 1,000 punch fucking TJ combo joints coming out of there. All right. That type of stuff ain't fabby. Everybody don't know how to do that. That type of stuff ain't fat. Ain't nobody trying to have that. All right. I'll cut that right out of the video if you was to ever land that on me. No, appreciate y'all, man. Straight up, yo. Um, everyone has Fight Night Champion as the bar setter. Look, so I said this. Let me finish. So I'll take Fight Night round 4 and the original over champion. So I said this in the chat with some of the other content creators, man. Like, I'm not a big fan of the Fight Night Undisputed like comparison. You know what I'm saying? Because it's on the same lines of comparing Michael Jordan to LeBron James. Like, it's just two completely different eras. You know what I mean? So just let the two games have their eras. Fight Night dominated its era. You know what I mean? So let it stay dominant in its era. That's my 2 cents for it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it makes sense or not. But I get that, people have to have some form of measuring stick or some level of comparison. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it too. It's the only thing you literally can compare it to if you was going to compare it to something. Now, comparing this game to UFC, I think it's just absolutely ridiculous. That's apples to oranges. I don't even think that should ever be made. Marshall made good points about what he wanted to see, but he was wrong about the clip. This is definitely stopping power. There is some in the game for sure. I can't touch a Fight Night game. I had to uninstall it. You should have more power on the check hook, and they need lunging punches so we can close the distance. You can close the distance. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you like what's the name did with me, yo. Like Ash did with me during the event. It might just be your time with the game. Fanatical definitely can tell you how to close the distance. Oh, Will, what's going on, Rack? He said the answer is Jordan, by the way. See, you facilitating the wrong argument. We ain't supposed to be going down that route. Let's let them have their era. Although I do agree, if anybody ever asks me that question, I'm always going with Jordan. I think Jordan cooks him. But at the same time, damn, Rack, we supposed to be getting away from that. Compare NBA Street to 2K. Yeah, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like those two shouldn't be in comparison. But again, we're in a unique dynamic where you have a boxing game that's coming back after 11 years. It is in the realm of combat sports, so I understand. You know what I mean? Um, which is why I don't jump into those arguments because I do understand. You know what I mean? And really the only combat sport we've had for a while is the UFC games. You know, they literally dominated the combat sport genre. Period. I'm just an old head. It can't be helped. Nah, I'm with you. You know, if anybody ever asks, yo, who cooking who on the court, LeBron. But Will, let me ask, LeBron or Kobe? Or no, Jordan or Kobe? Jordan or Kobe? When people get used to footwork and weight control, they will understand it better. Absolutely. And I'll tell you, I'll give y'all a little insight into why I made that video first, man. And then I'm gonna get out of here. I need to go get some medicine, yo. It is, whew, man, it is killing me right now. Jordan, 100%. Everybody, Jordan. Oh no, I see we got a consistency up in here. There's got to be one Kobe fan in here somewhere. There's what 60 of y'all, some up in here. There's got to be a Kobe fan somewhere. But Kobe over LeBron. Kobe my favorite over the three though. Yeah, Kobe had a mentality, man. Like Kobe took a different approach to just the sport as a whole. And I'm with that, yo. I was with that Mamba mentality. But here's the reason I did that video first for a couple of things. If y'all have followed my channel enough, y'all have heard me say probably 100 times that boxing is a sport that starts from the ground up. It starts at your feet. So I wanted to show y'all how well you can utilize your feet, and not so much your punches, man, but how well you can utilize your feet to not just control the real estate in the ring, man, but to literally control your fighter. If y'all remember in that clip, I have fainted that dude so much up until, well, I think that was round 3. Up until round 3, I had fainted him so much that I was not even in punching range. I wasn't even close. I was probably at least 2 arms lengths away from him. And I stepped backwards and he threw an uppercut. So it cannot be understated, man. All right. Cannot be understated. But at the same time, I'm going to drop my review of the beta itself. And this is great timing because we're about to go into another beta. I wanted to give y'all a little bit of context so that y'all saw where my review was actually coming from. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stay on the lookout, yo, because that review is coming, and then I got another round. Breakdown coming. Yeah, man. That was a great video. Love watching the big dogs go to work. We was cooking, dude. We was cooking, man. I did feel bad for you though. I felt bad because I was in the chat when you had my man completely out of stamina. My man was burning his stamina the whole time, yo. You couldn't put him down. I think you hit him like 800 something times during that fight, yo, and y'all still went to the scorecard. my man did not go down, man. It was crazy, dude. It was crazy. But I was fighting for my life. Dude, I got a scorecard that I'm gonna post in that next breakdown where I had literally thrown over 900 punches. The dude was on me, dude. He was on me. And I landed like over 600 something. I had some outrageous numbers, yo. He had only the final judge gave him 1 round. He just was constant pressure, yo, but he was getting outworked, out everything, yo, out everything. And it was almost, had it not been for that last judge feeling bad for him, it would have been a complete, like, full-on sweep. So I think that's something, Will, Fanatical, yo, if y'all are still in the chat, man, something that I would really love to hear y'all go in depth on a little bit more is the judging. How different each one of the judges, how they like different things, how they look at different aspects, how, You know what I'm saying? Because that creates a little bit more of an immersive dynamic. Not to mention, I think this is important too. Um, and maybe you shouldn't say anything. Now that I'm kind of thinking about it, because if people start to figure out, well, let me ask this question: are they going to announce what judges are going to be judging before the fight? Because if I start to memorize what judges like what things, I know how to manage my fight, and I don't think that's a good thing, yo. I don't think that's good because I could literally be trying to win over the judges. The fix would be in, boy. Robberies are possible with the game. Great judges system. I cannot guess how the judge fights. I'm sure there'll be a no glove bout option in Undisputed upon release, and the damage will be brutal. Looking at pics of cuts, swelling, and damage early days of Undisputed. No, you won't know who is judging in advance. We don't want people doing what you're suggesting. Okay, good, 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 good to know. Because I was going to start my homework during the next beta. I was about to start writing down the judges' names. So absolutely good to know. Yeah, but if Fanatical don't say anything, he would always know, and we won't. Yeah, man, you're right. Fanatical, I got it inside, yo. He cheating. That's how I feel. Fanatical cheating. Yeah, that's a good idea. You won't know. Yeah, absolutely. I like the weird judges thrown in. I did see some big time, like, wild scorecards, though, where people literally were robbed. Like, straight up robbed. As a matter of fact, I watched Jay MMA fight, and he was straight up robbed on a match. I don't worry about the judges. Just dominate every time. No doubt. No doubt. Where your clips at, man? Yo, we need some more Fanatical clips. Oh man, that's right. I forgot for a second. You on dev duty. I forgot you on dev duty. So if that's the case, what you saying then, Fanatical? How do we know that's the case? Sound like a fish story. You know what I'm saying? That's what if we get some premature stoppages? Talk Fanatical. Yeah. I mean, I told you, man, by this point, yo, he got 30,000 hours on the game. He had like 95 matches, yo. Like, no bad connection, no nothing. Things a judge might care about: punch volume, punches landed, connect percentage, power shots, counters, defense. So will we ever see anything in there, Will? Like ring generalship, stuff like that. That's, you know what? That's probably tough, man, because most people can't even define ring generalship, not on a consistent basis. And I don't even know how you would put that in. Like, if somebody's constantly getting walked down, are they getting points with the judges for like straight up walking somebody down and kind of controlling the fight? I don't know how you would capture that though with the judge. Will there be another beta? Yes, they just announced that there's going to be another beta. We did not get a date though. We did not get a date. We did not get details, so we don't know if it's going to be another 3 days, 3 hours type of deal. We don't know whether there's going to be beta codes, none of that stuff. But they said they want us to get in their square circle for a little bit more, yo. So, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that every day of the week. Hard to put a value on making someone fight your fight. Better to stick to things that can be measured. Yeah, I agree. 100%. Does Fanatical know how to clinch or throw illegal punches? From the way Fanatical talk, he say he don't need that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So he's just control the match. It really should just be judged off of damage alone. I don't know. I think if we did damage alone, it would take away from the uniqueness of the judging system. Every time I hear somebody mention ring generalship, I think of Fulton versus Figueroa. Hard to judge it. Imagine in the game. Yeah, no doubt. 100%, yo. It would be. Maybe having control points in the ring and having sensors that track whose feet was in them more. That's a reach. That's tough. You probably break the game trying to add that in too. Headbutts, low blows, hits behind the head. There are illegal punches in the game, correct? Um, I do remember being told that there were illegal punches in the game. I think that type of stuff might have been taken out during the beta though. Just stay in the center and make sure his back to the ropes and corner. I mean, but even still, man, like that's the difficulty of game development, right? Like whenever you add a new mechanic to the game, you don't know what other 100 mechanics you may end up breaking simply because that one ad was in there. It doesn't have to do any it does not have to pertain to any of the other mechanics in any manner either. Just adding something to the game alone, man, could literally break something else. And that's just man, that's the difficulty of game development, man. It's just what makes it hard, yo. A lot of people say it feels like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Yeah, but that's due to the way that people were playing, yo. That's what that is. Like if you fight a certain way, you're gonna get exactly what you want, and that's both good and bad. If you want to go in there and throw 9 hooks nose to nose, then by all means, go beat punch dummies. I tell you what though, you bring that nonsense around my way, yo, you go get scorched. Myself, Dark, Shep, I'm sure Fanatico, like, and I know Will probably will say he was out there. Why I got Will and Dark here, man? Dark, I kind of want to create a little beef between y'all. I heard you got beat up, brother. I heard you got beat up by Will. All right. I heard you got beat on. Oh, got to be proud that your content is being watched closely by the devs. Keep up the great work. Yeah, man. Like it's dude, I don't even, I've been sitting here talking for how long now? And it's hard for me to even like get the words out. And I'm not usually one for a lack of words, as y'all can tell. But I don't even, man, I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful, like no doubt. So, because that's like, if y'all don't understand, man, like that is because of what I do outside of content. I got into this game, man. I literally got into like following this game because that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to reach a different dynamic of people and teach them the sport that I honestly like. It's a second love for me, yo. Like straight up, I've been involved with this sport, yo, for a long time, and being able to reach people, man, like the gamers, a younger crowd of people who may not understand the sport as deeply as other people do, and teach them even small pieces that they may be able to through this game, man, through this game. That's why I want to see this game succeed so bad, because there's aspects of it that that I can teach you through the virtual space, that they can go and watch a real fight and be like, damn, like I see what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like that is insane to me. But that is like, it is insanely useful to be able to do that as well. Like I hope this starts. If Undisputed ain't the last boxing game to come out, I hope they create the foundation for what everybody else tries to do after this. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, yo. Straight up. Man, I don't know what to say. Dude, it's phenomenal to be able to like. I loved making that video, man. I loved making that video. So to see it get represented that way, yo, like yeah. It was. I don't even know what to say, dude. I don't. I don't. Thank you. That's probably the best thing I say is thank you. Oh, I'm not beefing with that dude. Number one, he's too nice a guy. Number two, he will be better than me. So Dark is going to pick it apart. That's 100%. He's going to pick it apart. So I told him, man, like people are going to respect how good he is at the game. They're going to respect his voice because of how good he is at just games in general. I never realized it was 6 different jabs. Yeah, man, it's the way you use them. You know what I mean? It's the way you use them. So good. And what I can't wait. And remember Yoda, they also mentioned that with other fighters, man, things change, right? So what other way are we going to potentially be able to use like a jab as it's being used on a different fighter in the game? You know what I mean? Dude, it's gonna. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait, yo. I can't wait. Bro, preaching who got the collection play. No, man. Like I'm grateful, yo. You know. Do you have any other channels that you have showing your boxing skill or your coaching? You know what, man? I actually got there's a dude and I'm working on that channel, to be honest. What's name's been asking for it forever. Um, my man Woke, he keeps asking, and I eventually gonna put the content out there. But if y'all know him on Twitter, Chris Small Art, Chris Small Art actually go follow his Twitter, yo, because he does some of the best hand sketch art that I have seen. He is actually doing a hand sketch for me now, from a picture of me like training. I can't wait to see it once it's done too. I can't wait. But I'm gonna leave y'all on that, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Yeah, Dark. His art is insane. It is. It's so good. It's so good. Um, so I can't wait, man. Obviously, I'm gonna show y'all once I get it. But dude, this flu shot is getting to me. I'm like hot as hell right now. I said y'all may not know, man, but I am a little bit under the weather at the moment. So I'm probably gonna chill for the rest of the day, man, and then I'll drop. I had intentions on dropping some content today, but this is probably gonna be it for the day. And then Shep, man, I'm gonna do your breakdown tomorrow. If y'all didn't see it, Shep sent me a video, and I'm gonna break down his video on a live stream, man. So y'all be ready for that probably sometime tomorrow afternoon, depending. If you don't follow the community tab, yo, on my channel, follow it, yo, because that's where I like if I have changes to my schedule or something like that, man, I'll post that type of stuff there. But yeah, man, hopefully sometime tomorrow afternoon. I don't have a time. I'll let y'all know. But I'm gonna break his video down. Shep, man, make sure you show up, yo. We're gonna have some good stuff going on there. And yeah, man, it's been a hell of a week. We got another beta, man. Again, everybody over at SCI, appreciate y'all for the shout out, man. If y'all haven't watched that video, dude, go watch that video. It was the most recent one that I had posted. Go share that joint, man, because it's a lot to learn up in there, yo. It's a lot of good tips. And it's really the baseline for literally the rest of y'all's success, more than likely. For anybody that wants to fight at range. That's really how I feel about it. So I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate all the tips, man. For those of y'all that came through with the tips, man. We do have another giveaway that I'm going to be doing soon. We did hit 2K on the channel. And like I said, I said it before. I want to make somebody Christmas, man. I need people playing this game, dude. So I think we're going to do a PC giveaway. I think that's what it is. So I got to find a good one. And look, man, you know, may luck be in your favor once we get all that squared away. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all for coming, chilling, hanging out, all the comments, the donations, the new subscribers, all of that stuff, man. Like it's a joy to be able to do this, to be honest with you. But I will catch y'all, man, on the next one. Yo, peace out.